Hello, Las Cruces High School students, parents, and community. My name is Jed Hendy, and I'm the principal here at Las Cruces High School. I want to take a few minutes today and show you around the campus. In case you haven't noticed, there's been some changes over the summer. Our major renovation project has started, and there's been some demolition here in the front of the building. So today we're going to take a little walk around, show you some footage of what you can expect when students come back to school in the next couple of weeks, as well as parents and community members if you need to come to the school, how to access the school, and get to the places that you need to be. So today's an informational video. But if you have any other questions or need clarifications, please feel free to contact the school. Thank you. Okay, so we've decided to start here outside of the vocational wing. The vocational wing has remained pretty much untouched for this phase of the project, but across the street from the vocational wing, you'll notice just to the right of the dirt mound there, they have paved over a small area that will become our parent drop-off zone. That area will be in the morning where parents are allowed to drop off their students, and in the afternoon where you can pick up students. There's some additional parking over there as well, and there will be a full-time crossing guard here to help students across the street in the morning, afternoon, or if you're leaving for lunch and you've parked across the street. So that is the only thing down here on the south side of the campus that has been changed thus far. Moving inside the building now, we're in the hallway, and I'm standing in front of what used to be the A wing, and obviously that's no longer here. We're going to move down to the B wing, show you some changes, some pretty significant changes in the B wing, and then we'll go down to the D wing where there's been some modifications as well. Okay, so as I mentioned out front, the library is no longer where it used to be, and we have to have a library here at Las Cruces High School. So I am standing in what used to be the hallway down the middle of the B wing. They took the first four classrooms of the B wing, Ms. Trevino, Ms. Mays, Ms. Johnson, and Mr. Jones, knocked those walls down and combined it into one big area, and this will be our library for the next couple of years. Once we move into once phase one is completed, there will be a brand new library area, but for temporary purposes, this will be the library for the next couple of years. It will serve every purpose that we had in the old library. It's a little bit smaller, but all the books, all the resources, all the computers will still be here for students to use. And if you were to keep going straight through here, the B wings has still maintained 4 classrooms. If you go through that exit door on the other end of the library, you will go into the old existing B wing, which still has Mr. DeBlasi and Mr. Leupold and 2 other classes as well. Okay, I'm now standing in the D wing, and what used to be Mr. T's science class and science lab, D38, has been converted into a fully functional registration area, counseling area, and any other needs you have for scheduling purposes are now in Mr. T's old classroom. Let's go take a look. Okay, so I'm standing now in what used to be Mr. T's classroom, and you can see they've done a lot of modifications in here. This is where Paulina and Laura and Margaret will be taking care of all registration and scheduling needs, any transcript needs. This is where you're going to come to take care of that. And then if you look down this hallway, they put a new doorway in here, and down this hallway where Mr. T's science lab used to be, we have our 5 counselor offices, and this is where you will go to obviously visit with one of your counselors. Okay, I'm standing outside of the H wing, and while nothing really took place in the H wing in phase 1, they did come behind the H wing, and last spring, while school was still in session, they were covering the ditch in the back to make more room for parking and for cars to drive. And so now you can see behind me that they've opened this area up behind the greenhouse and behind H wing to allow for an additional 60 or 75 parking spots. I think this will be primarily staff parking back here, but it does offer us a lot more parking so that students will now have more spaces over on the north side of the campus. Okay, so I'm standing in the entrance that is right next to the cafeteria and right next to the music wing, and this will become our main entrance for the next couple years until phase 1 is completed. We will ask all of our visitors and people coming to the school for whatever reason to park here in our visitor parking, and they'll walk down through this entrance all the way down past the cafeteria, the North Commons, the gym lobby, and then they'll get to the attendance area or the counseling area or the administrative area, whatever they need to see. But they will have to come all the way down through the campus to get to those areas. So this will be the main entrance to the school for the next couple years. I'm standing outside of the gymnasium right now. This is the front of the building, and we've made a small pathway sidewalk that would lead you from the gymnasium lobby all the way out to the front of the marquee. We put this here so that especially during lunchtime, when a lot of students are looking to exit quickly, you can still walk down and go out by the cafeteria, or you can come out these doors, walk the sidewalk, and get out there past the marquee out to Sonic or McDonald's or wherever you're going for lunch. But this is more of a convenience thing. We still are going to have our main entrance to the school be the entrance there by the north parking lot in front of the cafeteria. Okay, so what you see here is a view of the front of the building from the vocational wing looking north, and you'll notice obviously that the A wing and the library, in addition to the administrative and the counseling areas, are gone. And the work this summer has been primarily done to clear this area for the new instructional buildings that will be built as part of Phase 1. Phase 1 culminates with two-story buildings, being one built on this side of the street, where pretty much where the tractors are, and one on the other side of El Paseo, both being connected by the over-the-street bridge. And so that will be the end of Phase 1, and that is supposed to be completed within about 2 years from now. So that's the goal, but the work this summer has been pretty much to clear this area, and then the bulk of the work goes up towards El Paseo and kind of out of our way, which will be nice.